We are moving into a more limited but continuous search and rescue effort. We've pulled in a ton of resources towards that goal, and I think to date we've had over like 9,000 man hours into searching, which is pretty astronomical. Our biggest problem is where do we go and how do we keep sustaining this? And so we do have some plans that were continued. Our team, our overhead team, worked extremely hard into long hours and continues to work to this day on creating plans that we can continue to follow up on. But we are going to have to switch modes and kind of focus on the investigative end and try to figure out where do we go from there. We still want all eyes and ears out there. We're coming into hunting season. We're hoping for people to have eyes out all over the place, and we're going to continue to put all of our efforts in as a unified command and continue to try to do our best as we move forward.
What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and there has been a lot of talk surrounding the fact that law enforcement recently announced that they are scaling back their search efforts for Kiely Rodni, and they are now focusing their efforts on the more investigative side. But I think the reason why they are doing that is pretty obvious. I believe that law enforcement believes, much like I believe, that this is not a case of a drunken teen running off the side of the road. No, this is something far more sinister. Kiely Rodni lives 12 miles away from this campground. Law enforcement has been searching for her, along with other people in the community, for 11 days now. I believe that if Kiely had crashed somewhere, they would have found her by now. They're not dealing with, just the wide open roads in the entire world when it comes to searching for Kiely Rodni's crash site. They are searching this 12-mile radius. And I believe by now they would have found something. Now I know there's been talks of, maybe she was so intoxicated that she just went the wrong direction and she could be anywhere. She was drunk. I don't believe that. I do not buy that one bit. We know that regardless of how intoxicated people claim that Kiely was, mind you, that people claim, we don't know that for sure. We don't have a toxicology report. We weren't there. We don't know that for sure. But we know that she supposedly texted her mother that she was about to be on the way home. Now, if she's in the right state of mind to do that, to operate her phone, to let her mom know, I'm going to be home soon, then she's well enough, or at least sober enough, to drive in the right direction. I don't believe for 1 millisecond that Kiely was inebriated to the point that she would just drive the completely wrong direction and just drive off into the middle of nowhere. So if Kiely did crash, and if something like that did happen, it's on that short 12-mile ride home. Now, people have been saying Kiely's car could be underwater. And that could be possible. But I would just believe that if that was the case, even if they have not found the car yet, mind you, they've been out there with dive teams, they've been out there searching the water. But even if they weren't able to find anything out there, I believe that they would maybe find some evidence that a car ran into the water, maybe some bushes that were knocked down, trees knocked down, shrubbery just in disarray, tire marks, something. Maybe some piece of evidence that would make them believe, well, hey, maybe a car ran through this area. Yet we haven't heard anything like that. So I just do not believe that that is the case. I do not believe that Kiely's car is underwater. I do not believe that Kiely crashed her car. But I'm not an expert. I'm just some guy on YouTube. However, the experts, law enforcement, they seem to be on the same page as I am. And that is why they are making the decision to scale back the search and to focus on the investigation part. And I believe that's a good idea. It's been 11 days. I understand everyone was hopeful that they were going to go out there and find Kiely. I think questions need to start being asked. And I know that there's probably been some poking around already, but I think that they need to start focusing on that. They need to laser focus on that. And they need to start asking some of these people around this area some questions, including some of the people that we've been seeing taking the forefront of this entire investigation and search and what have you. I don't want to say any names or anything like that, but I think you all know who I'm talking about. So I believe that them scaling back the search indicates that either they just 100% believe now that, oh, this is something else, this isn't some car crash, or maybe they have some info that we don't. And I believe that is a very, very strong possibility, because a lot of times you would see things kind of just naturally scale down, but it was like we went from daily press conferences, everyone searching here, we got community events, all of that, and just like that. Okay, everyone, we're scaling it back now. Boom. I feel like maybe they got a piece of information. At least I'm hopeful that they got a little piece of information. Now, I know a lot of people aren't confident in law enforcement, and I'm the same in a lot of cases. However, I am more confident in the people in charge of this case than I have been in most of the cases that I've looked into since I've had this channel. So I believe that maybe they know something. Maybe they got a little piece of information that would make them believe that, oh, okay, now we know we need to focus more so on this and not so much on this. And I know some people will say, well, it's been 11 days. They can't keep up this forever. Of course, they were going to have to scale back. And I get that. And I get that way of thinking. And I understand that. That's true. However, I don't think with this case, it would have happened so suddenly unless maybe there was some new information that was introduced to make them react this way. This case has a lot of eyes on it, and it's gaining more eyes every day. And it's gaining national attention. And there's so many people out there who are in this community who are getting involved. I don't think that they would have chosen right now to scale back these efforts, these search efforts, unless they possibly knew something. Or even if they don't have a new piece of information, they know, common sense kind of tells you, okay, we've been looking for this girl for 11 days. We can't find anything. You get it? We can't find anything. And it's not like we have all of this, area to search. It's a 12-mile ride home. And if you don't find anything, not even a sign, and you got all of these teenagers who seem not to know anything, apparently they didn't even know what she was wearing. I think they know, like much of us know. Hey, I don't want to speculate too much because this involves young teenagers. But you better believe that if you're getting those weird feelings inside about certain people, or just the situation overall, and I'm getting these feelings, someone at the Placer County Sheriff's Office has those feelings as well. So what happens going forward? Only time will tell. But in a way, let me think of the right way to word this. I don't want to say relieved, but I'm happy to hear that they're starting to focus more on the investigative side of this search and investigation. Because I feel like in a way, there was way more effort put into searching for Kiely as opposed to asking questions. And of course, I'm not there, so I don't know that for sure. All we know is what we see. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. But I do think like it's a good idea to focus more on the investigation side of this whole entire situation now, because it's been 11 days and she's nowhere to be found. And there's conflicting information. It's just so much. It's so much. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Why do you think they are scaling back the searches? Do you think they just have lost hope? Do you think they are running out of resources? Or do you believe, like I believe, that they either got a tip, a little bit of information, or they just believe in their heart that there's something shady going on here as well? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. But while you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, become a channel member today. And as always, I'll talk to you all in the next video.